We are buying a house today. Good morning. Welcome to Vlogmas. I don't know what day it is. Today is the 16th. It's Monday, December 16th. And today's the day that we close on our new house, which is, I just cannot believe it. So I thought I would get ready. I've already done my hair. Clearly, I'm going to let my curls dry or cool, dry. They're not wet. Oh, it's my brain today is a little bit all over the place. I have on like a towel thing because I forgot to get my clothes out before I went to bed. I did not do pretty much any step of my evening routine last night, which probably didn't help the already I'm not gonna sleep well situation. And Sam is still asleep, so getting ready in my towel. I normally get ready in my towel. I didn't necessarily want to vlog in my towel, but I also wanted to kick this vlog off because I just was feeling antsy. I kind of wanted to talk to someone, so thanks for being my someone. I decided to get like fully ready today because I'm assuming we're gonna take a picture. I feel like I always see, first off, if you don't know, I'm 33 and a half. My husband's also 33. And we, like, in this generation of Facebook, there's so much, like we can see when all of our like high school and college classmates like hit milestones, right? And so I have seen for however many years of my life, so many of my former classmates, like with their little, like, they take the picture with the key and they're like, we bought a house. So like, that's how it works, right? Like I take a picture with a big key and sounds like, this is my house. Anyway, I don't know. I could, this is the first time I'm doing this clearly and I have no idea what I'm doing and I'm a little bit nervous. But isn't that the case with anything that you do for the first time? Like you're nervous if you're doing it for the first time. I feel like that's just normal. So anyway, getting fully ready. Plus we're going out to dinner tonight as a family. So I want to be ready to go for that. So I'm not worrying about doing it later. All the things I can do while my child is still asleep is really the move. So anyway, I feel like there was something else I was going to talk to you about. No, I already forgot what it was because that's where my brain is at this morning. Oh, I was just going to give you a little bit of a background on like where we're from, where we grew up, and kind of how we ended up settling in Chicago. So both my husband and I are actually originally from Texas. I feel like, should I do these parallel in timeline or should I do one and then the other? I think we'll do one and then the other. Okay, so I am originally from San Antonio, Texas. That's where I was born and raised. We lived there until I was 12 or 13. I frankly can't remember. And then my mom was getting a promotion at work. And so we moved up to the suburbs of Chicago. Her company basically told her, which is so ironic when I think about it, given that San Antonio is like easily top 10 largest cities in the country. But they basically told her, like, you're not going to get a promotion in San Antonio. It's not a big enough market. You need to move to New York, LA, or Chicago. And she originally wanted to move to New York. She loved New York. My whole family just like loves New York. But by the time she started house hunting in New York, and by the time she like found a house that she could afford, she was married to my first stepdad at the time. So by the time they found a house that they could afford, the commute was going to be like by the time they were out in like Westchester, Connecticut, Long Island, Jersey, I don't know where she was looking truthfully, but she was like, I don't think we can afford to move to New York. So instead we moved to Chicago, and we moved to the suburbs of Chicago. We lived in Naperville. And so that's where I went to high school, was out in Naperville. And then my brother and sister, who I've talked about a lot, Allie and Parker, they lived a lot of most of their childhood in Naperville. And then when it came time for college, my parents had always said that they would pay for school, that they would pay for in-state tuition. So I could go to an out-of-state school if I got enough scholarships to offset said out-of-state tuition, but they would not cover the difference. And the only state that I did that, the only school I did that for was Wisconsin. And since like, it felt like my whole high school was going to Illinois, which is definitely not the case because Illinois is a great school and it's tough to get into, but it felt like my whole high school was going to Illinois. So I was like, okay, fine, I'm gonna go to Wisconsin. And then my dad actually did a little bit of digging, and turns out that even though I didn't live in Texas anymore and didn't go to high school there, he could still get in-state tuition because he lived in Texas. And so this was like December or something, like senior year, way past like early decision applications. So I applied to Texas. I got my results. My mom knows the exact timeline fast. Like I got my acceptance to Texas really quickly. And so that was really exciting. And I immediately was like, yeah, done. Let's go. Hook 'em horns. Like I've been a Longhorn fan my whole life. My dad's a Longhorn. Like let's go. Let's go to Texas. I'm excited. And so that's how I ended up back in Texas, in Austin, for school for 4 years. And then I moved to New York after college for work. So I actually interned at New York Life Insurance during college, thinking that I was gonna love New York for a summer. It was gonna be a great summer. I was gonna enjoy New York for the summer, and then I would actually move back here. I was like, I'm gonna go back to Chicago. I wanna be close to my mom. I'm gonna go to New York for summer. It's gonna be fun, and then I will get a job in Chicago. Turns out I loved New York. I loved New York life. I loved my friends. I loved the lifestyle. I loved being in a big city. Obviously, I had never actually lived in the city of Chicago, so I did not understand how awesome, like how close Chicago is to New York. So I moved to New York after college and lived there for 10 years, which is just crazy. I also didn't see myself living there for 10 years. That's where my husband enters the picture. So he is originally from Houston, Texas, born and raised his entire childhood, Houston, Texas, and then went to Texas for college. And he actually almost went out of state as well. He was really leaning towards USC of all schools, but ultimately decided that the liberal arts honors program at Texas was a better fit for him. So he went to UT as well. We did not meet at school. I told that story maybe a week ago in Vlogmas. So he originally wanted to be a Broadway producer. And so he moved to New York City after college to be a Broadway producer. And a very different original New York experience for both of us. I was working corporate job with a solid salary, and he was hustling. He was making it happen. So he lived in New York, and our paths finally crossed after a couple years there, and we started kind of talking. And before I met him, I feel like I had one foot out the door. I felt like I was like, I'm over New York. I've been here. I think I'd been there, I don't know, 3 or 4 years at that point. And I was just like, I'm done. Like, I'm ready. And he was like, hi, I love New York and I want to stay for at least another 5 years. And I was like, okay, I guess we're here. But amidst that conversation about how much longer we were going to spend in New York was, okay, well, what's next after that? And I said that it was very important to me for my kids, my future kids. We'd been already dating for a good amount of time at this point, obviously, for us to have such a serious conversation. But I commented that I really wanted my kids to grow up near grandparents. That was really important to me. And so at the time, I said, I'm open to any of the grandparents. Like, my parents are in San Antonio, your parents are in Houston, both sets, and my dad and my stepmom are in San Antonio. My mom and my stepdad are in Chicago. They were still in the suburbs at the time that we had this conversation because my sister was still in high school. And which that's also crazy to think about. But like Sam and I were dating and Allie was still in high school. So is that right? Yeah. Sam and I started dating in 2016. Allie graduated in 2018. Okay. Anyway. And then I also said, I love Austin and would totally go back to Austin. And so that's close enough to me, to our Texas family, that like Austin is on the table. Sam wanted not to go back to Texas. He was like, no, thank you. Chicago sounds great. It sounds like it's New York, but smaller and less expensive and close to your mom. That sounds lovely. Let's do that. So that was the plan. Like, our entire New York existence was always like, Chicago was the plan. Chicago was on the timeline. Hold on. I can't talk and do this at the same time. Now, what has changed is in that time, since that conversation, my mom moved to the city. So once my sister graduated high school, my parents, my mom and stepdad were like, we don't like living in the suburbs. So they sold a house in the burbs and moved to the city. And a lot of my siblings have also gone off to college, graduated, and come back and live all in the city as well. I have 2 of my Chicago family siblings that don't live in the city. One because he's in college at U of I, and one because he lives in the suburbs because he works out there. And he tried to find something a little bit more halfway between the city and his job in the burbs, but it was tough. So he's maybe like 45 minutes away from us. So still pretty close. But my other siblings are all right here in this little bubble. So we always knew we would start in the city, but we definitely thought, or at least I did, that we would move out to the suburbs. I thought once we start having kids and once we're ready to settle down and buy a house, we would move out to the burbs. That just felt right to me. And then we got here and my whole family is here in this part of town, and it just didn't make sense. And so we started researching schools and houses, think all the things, lots of decisions, lots of smiles, lots of tears, lots of emotions went into this decision, obviously, that we were like, no, I think it makes sense for us to stay in the city of Chicago. And that meant a little, some sacrifices on the actual size of the place that we were gonna, settle down into. and some other sacrifices and decisions that we had to make in order to make it happen. But then we got very lucky and we found a place that, I think I mentioned this in a couple of places, is a little bit of a fixer-upper. It's not a fixer-upper in that anything is really broken. I mean, there's like little things here and there. There's like a little dent in the wall or whatever, like, but nothing is like broken. But it's dated, and the upkeep was a little bit of a struggle. It was owned by an older couple, and so the upkeep was a little bit difficult. And so it needs like fresh paint, fresh carpet, deep clean before I would even like, I was looking for this. Before I would even remotely consider like my daughter spending any significant time there. So, but those are easy things. Like, those are easy things. And because of the necessary work, we got a very, very good deal on the location and the size of the place. I'm obviously not going to share the exact details, but we are very thankful and very lucky about where we are located and the size of our new place. And it's just it's a really good fit for us. All that, there was a lot of back and forth because of the issues, like on negotiating the price and then negotiating like a closing credit. I think there's a different word for that someone can correct me on. But either way, we're really excited. And so yesterday was the final walkthrough. Today we go close. I get the keys to our, I'm still trying to finalize the wording for my goals next year. And by the time you see this video, I will have filmed my goals video. So I will have to make this decision. I have originally the goal written as settle into our forever home. I don't necessarily love using the word forever because never say never. Like, something could change, something could happen that it isn't necessarily forever. Is it the place that I foresee us being longer term? Yeah, would I love for this to be like the place that like we raise our kids and we're there through their high school experience? Yes. As somebody who moved a bunch growing up, and I don't have that like connection to one individual house because both of my parents, got married and remarried and moved and just like all kinds of different houses. Like, I would love that for my kids. I would love for them to feel like this is my childhood home and this is where I grew up and this is where I lived from mostly birth, not for Lyla, but close, until high school. So we'll see. That isn't necessarily forever either though, right? That's like 20 years. So, but I'm not gonna make my goal settle into our 20-year home. So TBD on actually what I'm gonna call the goal, but yeah, what a day. Do you wanna say hi to the cute baby in the camera and show them your outfit? Who's that? Who's that? So we are wearing purple today. What do you want? The rainbow cake. All of them. And we've been here before. This is why we haven't done this location for outfits in a while, because she wants all of the stuffed animals that are all over my. What are you trying to get? Okay. Anyways, we have got purple on today. I've got on this purple Old Navy sweater that I wore with the sparkly skirt. I don't even think I ever really talked about that outfit. The Christmas tree wasn't on. Yes. And there's Meow Meow. That's what she calls Charlie. So anyway, I got this sweater at Old Navy just like on a whim. It was really, really on sale. I was ordering a bunch of stuff for her on, what sale was that? Maybe a Veterans Day sale. Like, it was before Black Friday. But anyway, and I wore it with that sparkly gold skirt, also from Old Navy. My mom and sister also got that gold skirt. It looked cute on all of us. So highly recommend. But today I just have on leggings with it. And then Lyla also has on a purple sweater. Can you come here, please? That was a hand-me-down. Come here. It's Gap. It's like a sweater dress. It's a little bit long. Hi. It's like a sweater, but also a dress. And it's light purple. It's got little pom-poms on it. So cute. And she's just got white leggings underneath. The Friends picture frame. One of you actually sent me this as a gift a long time ago. And I've got a picture in it from the Friends experience in New York that we went with our friends. So it's the four of us sitting in like the hallway. This is the only photo I feel like we took that was vertical that fits in this frame, but it's so fun. She loves to look at pictures. I think I mentioned this before, but one of the things that we got her for Christmas is a board book. Do you want to get down? A board book of all of her family members, like pictures of all of her family members. It turned out so cute. I'll have to show it to you. It turned out so cute and she is going to love it. I have to show it to you when she's not around. Okay, shall we go pack up your bag so we can get going? It's almost time. Okay, I don't quite feel like it, but according to my ring, I got a good night's sleep. So I'm not gonna take a second cup of coffee, but I am gonna take some tea with me. So I am going to open up today's advent calendar and decide if that's the one I'm gonna do or if I'm gonna do a different one. But I'm gonna make it in a to-go cup to take it with us. Eggnog, oh my gosh, this could not be more perfect. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Eggnog black tea, oh yes. I'm gonna put my tea in this Small Progress is Still Progress mug. If you didn't know, I have merch. It's really just for fun and stuff that I wanted. And when I first got these created, Lyla, I basically just use it exclusively for water. And you can open this up and have a straw in there, and so it's basically for water. But you can close this, and then it could be for a hot drink, which is how I'm gonna use it. So that lid looked dirty. That's how I'm gonna use it for my tea this morning. We did it.
We got a home.
We bought a house. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy. Took a little bit longer than we thought it was going to, but we did it. We signed our life away, paid all the monies, and now we have a house. So we have lots of things on the docket this week, schedules, contractors, estimates, all kinds of things, but it's really exciting. How are you feeling?
Feel like I'm ready to return to work.
See, I'm just gonna go right back to work. So am I. I'm gonna go feed Lyla lunch and then it's back to work. All right, hi, hello. Lila's down for her nap. She got some lunch and nap. I love looking at the Christmas tree. It almost makes me, although I have the Christmas tree in my office, it kind of makes me want to come work out here at this table, but this room is also a disaster with toys that you can't see. So somebody's coming to look at the apartment this afternoon, and part of me is just like, the toy, well, no, I should clean up the toys. Okay, so, no, but they're coming at 4:30. So she's gonna play with toys before that, so never mind. I'm gonna tidy the rest of the house. I'm gonna have some lunch myself. Then I'm gonna tidy the rest of the house. Then I'm gonna show you my planner because I don't think I've actually done that today. I'm actually filming a plan with me this week that will go up in January. Every year in December, I forget about the January videos, and then the first week of January hits and I have nothing filmed, and I'm not letting that happen this year. So I'm filming, I filmed a weekly plan with me yesterday. I'm filming daily plan with me's this week. That will go up in January, but you will already have seen what happened in the vlog. So I don't know if it's really gonna be that helpful, but it'll be consolidated. Anyway, I'll show you my planner. I'm gonna get through as much work as I can. And then when Lyla wakes up, that's the work that's getting done today. But I spent all morning at the title company. So that's what today's all about. I do have some things I have to get to today. I'm probably gonna reprioritize the order too. Okay, here's the plan that I made for today. We did this, and now I'm sitting down to start this, and it's almost 1 o'clock. So let's prioritize. Also, it's so hard. I'm sitting at my desk, and all I want to do is start packing, y'all. That's all I want to do. We haven't even started any of the work that needs to be done on our new house. Okay, so here's the priority. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I can get those 4 things done sitting here, I will feel really good, and the rest of it can just wait. Okay, I got those 4 work things done, and the other 2, Lila's still asleep, and maybe I could make progress on the other 2, but frankly, that is not where my brain is at today. I'm not thinking about that. I'm just excited. I'm just ready to celebrate and hang out. So I'm just not gonna worry about it. I will get those things done later this week. It will be totally fine. I also just went ahead and filled out the birthday card for my stepdad, and just want to tell you what he is getting. So it's, I'm laughing at myself. Okay. So first off, I feel like I talk about my mom a lot. My mom, she's the best BB. She's here trying wine with us. She watches Lyla a lot, but none of that would be possible without my stepdad, who is an incredible, incredible human being who loves my mom so much. I'm trying not to get emotional. And if it wasn't for him and how hard he works, my mom would not be able to be retired and help us as much as she does and get to spend as much time with Lyla as she does, which is really special. And so he is the best. He also loves Lyla so much, and she loves her Popsy. After Mama and Dada, Pop Pop was the first name that she nailed. So she loves her Popsy. So he has been asking, at the beginning it was kind of a joke, or I don't know if he was serious or joking, but then it kind of turned into a joke about giving her chocolate ice cream. He loves ice cream, especially. He loves chocolate ice cream. Just plain chocolate, that's it. Chocolate ice cream. He's been asking since she was born when he can give her chocolate ice cream. And I promised her, or I promised him, I told him that first off, she's not having any kind of artificial sugar until her birthday. And that's only because it's her birthday and she's going to get to have cake. But that I promised him that he would get to be there and give her her first bite of chocolate ice cream. And I never actually said when he was going to get to do that. I just said like he could be there, he could do it. And so I kind of like kept putting it off because even though she did get cake on her birthday, like I'm still not giving her artificial sugar in her, like she's had I think one other sweet thing since then. So I just been kind of like putting it off. And then like a month ago, I had this like light bulb moment that was like, oh my gosh, that's what we're going to do for his birthday. For his birthday, he can give her chocolate ice cream. That's what he's getting for his birthday. It is always hard, and usually we get him one gift combo between like his birthday and Christmas anyway, so he's still gonna get a gift from us in a week. And so tonight, on his actual birthday, he's gonna get to give Lyla chocolate ice cream for the first time, so we're gonna see how that goes. But I got him his birthday card. It said like, it's cake and ice cream day, and I like circled ice cream and wrote basically what I just told you. So yeah, I'm excited. Okay, since I mentioned it earlier, I thought I would show this to you. Oh my gosh, you guys. It just turned out so cute. I love it so much. Okay, so I ended up ordering it from Snapfish, and they were having a really, really killer Black Friday deal. So depending on when you watch this, they have sales all the time, y'all, though. Freaking sign up for their email list, and I get stuff all the time. I ended up ordering a bunch of gifts from Snapfish. I have never necessarily been loyal to one of those kinds of companies, Shutterfly, Snapfish, whatever, all of them are. But because this was the best deal on this, I knew I wanted this particular thing. And then once I signed up for their email list, I got a bazillion other discounts. I ended up getting like, I can't tell you because the other ones are for adults who do potentially watch YouTube videos. So I got other custom gifts for Christmas as well. So this is for my peanut. I'm so excited. So it says Lila's favorite people on the front and on the side. And then on the back, it's just got a picture of her, which she is one of her favorite people also. So it's funny because the book has 20 pages in it. And the way they have it like set up as an example is that it's a picture on one side and the word on the other. Well, in order to get all of Lila's grandparents and aunts and uncles in this book, I couldn't do it that way. This is how I had to do it. So I did like the name on top of the picture. So for ours, I didn't do everybody a picture with her, but for ours, I did a picture with her. So Mama and Dada, and then it goes into the grandparents. BB and Popsy, like almost all of them. I asked everybody for photos, with the exception, I feel like there was one exception that I went and did it myself. But otherwise I asked people like to send me their photo that they liked for it. And almost all of our parents sent a wedding photo. Wedding. Actually, this was a quinceañera that they were at. This was very recent. And then Sam's dad and stepmom, I love them. This is so them, and it's so perfect. And then we go into the aunts and uncles, which I did in age order, but I did it in like grouped by family. So it starts with my mom's side, Parker, and Auntie Lindsay and Uncle Andrew. This is my brother and his fiance that are getting married next summer. Auntie Ali, Uncle Will. Oh, that is in the wrong order. They're very close in age, but he's actually older. Oops, don't tell Will. And then we have Uncle Chris, Uncle Colton, the twins. Oh, this one I had to do myself. Because the picture he sent me when I uploaded it into Snapfish, it kept telling me that it was too blurry. And I asked him, I was like, is this the original? And he goes, yeah, it is. But it wasn't working. So this is actually from our family photo session over the summer. And I just like cropped him out of it. So that worked out well. And then Sam's sister, Rachel, Sam's sister, Mickey, with her puppy Ness, which is going to be perfect. She sent me a couple picture options. And I was like, oh, this one for sure, because Lyla loves dogs. So this will be so perfect. And then Sam's brother, Will. Charlie, of course. And then I had 2 extra pages. And so I just did a full spread of everybody, which I just love how this turned out. I was really nervous. My stepdad's actually the one like on the crease. And I was really nervous that it was going to like turn out funny. And I mean, his head may look a little bit funky, but honestly, it's pretty good. And this is everybody who's in the book, but like all together. Now, obviously, this is a couple years older. You can see for sure the twins look very different here than they do in their individual pictures, and maybe Colton. But otherwise, I mean, the rest of us like didn't change all that much from March of 2022. But I love this. I just love it. This picture is above our couch, and she smiles at it all the time. So she is going to be so happy to have all those photos in book form. I'm back in my vlog closeout chair. It's obviously a lot later in the night. Lyla's asleep. The usual before I pick up the camera to close out the evening. Okay, before we get into like the rest of our day, I have been thinking a lot today about, I've gotten so many comments and feedback things on a potential YouTube subscription. And the conclusion I've come to that it's not a good fit right now. I thought I did a good job of explaining my kind of thought process that if I did something here on YouTube, it would be just a completely different mentality than the Goals with Laken community. The Goals with Laken community is about you and your goals and me supporting you and giving you all the tools that you need to achieve your goals. Accountability, ongoing coaching, monthly goal check-ins, all of those things. The YouTube would be just about content. It would just be additional content. It would just be another video or another 2 videos. It would just be like, again, just like more of the free content that I already do on YouTube. But I hear all of you talking about like having multiple subscriptions from the same creator, business owner, whatever you want to call me. And so I just don't think it's the right fit. And that's totally fine. I appreciate all of your feedback. That was the whole point. That was why I asked you instead of just like launching something. And I think that things are constantly changing. Things are constantly evolving. And I appreciate your honesty. And there's another word I want here, but I can't think of what it is. Just like the fact that y'all are totally honest with your reactions. And I appreciate that because it helps me make sure that it's not something that's not gonna be a good fit. So in the new year, we're gonna keep it the same. Here on YouTube will be vlogs and plan with me's on Mondays. The live will still be on Wednesdays, and it will contain all the same things: my goal check-in, my reading check-in, which by the way, I'm planning to film reading updates as part of the next couple of vlogs and Vlogmas, and then a topic, like a teaching topic in the lives, and then Q&A, whatever you want to chat about. And then the community will stay the same. The community will be the community. We will focus on you and your goals, and I am determined to help you make sure that you accomplish all of your goals and make progress on all of them in 2025. And we're trying some new things in the community. We added accountability buddies this last month. I actually don't think I've said this anywhere, but if you're a community member, you know that in the goals, as part of the goals call, like uploaded in that section on Teachable, I have started providing the goal tracker page. That's part of the planner. So I feel like there's one other new thing that we just started or like we're trying out, and now I can't even remember what it was. I don't know. So we will continue to try new things together and figure out what works best for you, but the structure of the calls has absolutely been working. That was for sure clear in the community survey that is something that's working for you. So we will not be changing that in the new year, and that's going to stick the same. Things are going to be, wow, I can't even talk. So yeah, thank you again for all of your feedback and thoughts and suggestions and having this conversation with me. Basically, that's what we did. Videos. I posted, you responded, I posted, you responded, and here's the conclusion. Okay. The rest of the day was just kind of chill. Lyla woke up from her nap, we played and hung out, and then my mom came back over and we went to the new house and dropped off ice cream, and then we all went to dinner and had a delicious meal. And it's this new Mexican place that opened up in our neighborhood that was really good. We'd been there once before because I don't actually think the last time we went there was some kind of occasion. I think we just went to go. But it's nice because they have a lot of space, and so they can accommodate our big giant family, party of 9. Hi. Okay. And then we went back to the new house and had ice cream, and my stepdad gave Lyla ice cream for the first time. I think my mom caught it on camera. She had her phone out, so she either caught it on camera or she took pictures of it. I just watched it go down. I mean, as expected. She liked it. It was delicious. And then we of course got to show my other siblings the new house. It was definitely weird. We'd never been there at night. We'd never gone to see it at night. Anytime we'd been there, like when we saw it during the inspection, the final walkthrough, all the things, we had always ever been there during the day. And so at the top of the stairs and the upstairs at the landing, I was like trying to find the light switch, and none of the lights were turning on. And I was like, how did we do this before? There's a skylight. That's how we did it before. And when we were there during the day, you could just totally see. But when you're there at night, and 2 of the bedrooms upstairs don't have an overhead light, which is so weird. I mean, I'm not an electrician, so I don't know how much work that would be to get that put in. But that's the beauty of owning. Is that if we want to, we can totally put it in, or we could just have lamps and it would be fine. But so those rooms, it was also kind of weird because we couldn't really show them those rooms because we could turn the closet light on and that helped a little bit, but two upstairs rooms that didn't have an overhead light were like totally dark. So whatever. Anyway, but yeah, it was nice to show it to them, and I'm just excited. I'm excited. So that is going to be it for this vlog. I am tired. I have a lot happening over the next few days. I have a combination of trying to get videos filmed, videos prepped, and then meet a bunch of different people at the house. And in retrospect, maybe wasn't the best planning I ever did, because normally my work is pretty flexible and I could prep videos at the house. I can't film videos while I'm like waiting to meet a guy, right? That's not an option. So I don't know. We're gonna see how this week goes, but it's gonna be a lot. So I am gonna end this here. I know we did this emoji at the beginning, but like, actually, I have a new idea. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, please comment below with the key emoji, because we did the house on day 1. So today, let's comment with the key emoji. And that is going to be the end of this vlog. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every week focused on helping you achieve your goals. And every day here during Vlogmas. See you tomorrow. All the things I can do while my child... why did I say it like that? I didn't realize this clip was going to be so long and I was going to babble, but here we are. So,